Hello, it's Jill here and welcome back to my channel, Relax, Release and Reiki, where it is all about deeply relaxing, releasing things that aren't serving us, whatever that may be, energetically, spiritually, mentally, physically, and using Reiki and simple life coaching techniques to help you do that. So in this video, I'm going to guide us through a guided Reiki session where I invite you to release any stress that you're holding. Just get some relief from that. Oops, I've just bumped my mic. Just let it go. I'm not sure what form that's going to take. I'm just going to open up and see where the Reiki wants to take us. So, this is a time for you to deeply relax. And just take some time for yourself. So don't listen to this if you're driving or operating heavy machinery. And if you've had caffeine, alcohol or recreational drugs in the last couple of hours, you could consider coming back to this at a later time. That said, I invite you to sit or lie down if you aren't already, whichever works for you. Get comfortable and we'll make a start. Okay. So it's really great to actually just close your eyes and then you can sort of detach from your physical environment and just deeply go into the Reiki. So let's do that. Let's close our eyes as I begin to channel. Okay. So it's really nice to do a little grounding exercise as we start our Reiki journey. Grounding is a great way to stop feeling so scattered, to stop overwhelm, and to actually help with stress as well, because stress is often that feeling of too much going on, not enough time, busy thoughts, that kind of thing. So no matter where you physically may be, draw your attention to the soles of your feet. You don't need to move, you can just imagine it. But if you feel you want to, you can put your feet on the floor. So imagine your feet, or place your feet on the ground, firmly planted there. And imagine that connecting with the earth. So even if you're in a top floor flat, it doesn't matter. Just imagine that the soles of your feet are connected with the earth beneath you, with Mother Nature. Let's take a lovely deep breath in, if you can, through your nose, and then out through your mouth. So breathing in and release the breath. We'll do a few more of those, and every time you take a breath in now, imagine you're strengthening that connection with the earth beneath you. And as you breathe out, you're starting that process of releasing and letting go of any stale energy, anything that isn't serving you. If you feel you want to make a sigh on the out breath or a moan, do whatever feels good. So breathing in, deepening that connection, and then turn the breath around and release, as if I'm just getting this image of like almost steam coming out of the soles of my feet, and that is the unwanted energy. So once again, breathing in nice and deeply, really feel as though you're filling your lungs, and then release the breath. Give yourself permission to release any unwanted energy. now, no matter whether we're breathing deeply or just breathing normally, we know that we're deepening that connection. And as we do, we're becoming more and more grounded, and also welcoming and connecting in with the universal energy that is Reiki. So bringing your focus to the soles of your feet once again. And imagining that connection with the earth beneath you. As if roots are actually coming out of the soles of your feet, much like a plant or a magnificent tree. Feel those roots growing, sinking down into the earth, allowing you to feel stronger, more centered. Your energy coming back into the midline, feeling very grounded. Let's just pause here a moment. You can take some deep breaths if you like, and just notice how things have already started to quieten down, not feel so scattered, feeling very grounded, very stable and strong. So with the busyness of life, it's difficult sometimes to get your thoughts to slow down, especially if you're feeling a bit stressed, anxious or overwhelmed. Thoughts dart here and there and everywhere. That's quite a typical human experience, and that's fine. Just acknowledge where you are and just accept it. As we go through this Reiki session, your thoughts may start to slow down, and you certainly will start that process of releasing stress, releasing tension in your mind and in your body. Actually, so that said, a great way to relax your mind, or let go of stress, is to let go of any tension in your body. It acts as a signal to your body to relax. It triggers the parasympathetic nervous system, which is all about rest and also digest, if that's appropriate, but sort of signals for the body to relax muscles. And then when you're in that state, you find that your breathing slows down, heart rate slows, and as a consequence, often your thoughts will start to slow down as well. And you start to get greater clarity on what's going on for you. So I feel drawn to do a body scan, just going through from head to toe, relaxing and releasing the energy as we go. So bringing the focus of your attention to the crown of your head, and imagine a beautiful ball of golden light gently spinning above the crown of your head. If you can imagine that, don't worry if you can't, it's fine. Just trust that Reiki's doing what it needs to. But if you can, imagine that ball of beautiful energy gently spinning. You decide what it looks like. It's different for everybody. And as you take your next breath in, feel that Reiki energy drawing down into your head. And as this ball gently rotates round, smoothing out any frowns, furrows in your forehead. Smoothing that space, relaxing, releasing any tension in your head. If you've got maybe a tension headache, or you just feel a bit mushy headed, start to release that energy. Let's breathe in, into our headspace, and out. The muscles in our eyes, around our eyes, can relax now. As the Reiki ball spins down into our cheeks and our jaw, smoothing out to our ears, releasing any tension in that area, and bringing our focus down into our neck and shoulders. Often hold a lot of tension in our shoulders. Typically we bring our shoulders slightly up towards our ears when we're feeling tense or stressed. So let's deliberately take a breath in, bring our shoulders up to our ears, and on the out breath, just gently rolling them back down, releasing that tension, and feel your shoulder blades expand on your back. And that space across the front of your chest open up. Give your body permission to release any tension and start to deeply, deeply relax. Arms start to feel comfortably heavy as all of the muscles in your arm, upper arm, around your elbow, down into your forearm, softening your wrists, hands and fingers. You might want to make a fist and then unfurl your hand. And as you do so, releasing any tension there. Maybe depending on what job you do, you may have slight repetitive, well, not injury as such, but just through repetitive tasks. Sometimes our muscles can become tired. So allowing all of those muscles to deeply relax, and if necessary, to also to heal. The Reiki ball of energy then moves down into our midsection, so our bellies and our back, all of the muscles running along our spine. Almost as if they sigh and release the tension. We can hold tension in our tummies, which can lead to things like IBS or upset stomachs, maybe acid reflux. So take a nice deep breath in, gently push out your belly button as you do so, and as you release the breath, releasing any tension in that area. Allowing the flow of energy to rebalance the homeostasis within our tummies, to rebalance, letting go of too much acidity, for example. Whatever it is, allow that to happen. Moving down, bringing our focus into our hips and pelvis, and also around the back, our lower back and our bottom. All of those muscles can now relax. Just checking in, making sure you're not clenching any muscles now. Just say to yourself, I allow my body to deeply relax. I allow my body to deeply relax. Great. And then feeling your hip flexors down into your thighs. Those muscles work pretty hard. Again, giving permission for them to deeply relax. Release any tension. As if someone's just massaging your legs, breaking up any blocked, trapped energy in that space so that the muscles can sigh and relax and let go. Down into your knees, allowing them to soften. Let go of any rigidity there. Actually, sometimes when you're releasing it, I find I do a lot of yawning. Down into our lower legs, so our shins and our calves. Feeling all of those muscles relaxing a little bit more. A little bit more. Softening our ankles and allowing our feet to relax and our toes to do the same. Taking any pressure off our feet. And just feeling that Reiki energy, every breath, starting at the crown of your head, spinning down into your neck, back, shoulders, midriff, pelvis, bottom, legs, feet, toes, down our arms and out through our hands. And it's a continual process. Just keep on looping through this beautiful Reiki energy coursing to and through you. Just feeling deeply relaxed, letting go of all tension in your body. Once again, just meet yourself where you are. If you're feeling particularly stressed or tense, it can take a little while to remind your body how to relax. So just notice, I'm sure that just even if you've just relaxed a tiny little bit more, that's perfect. With every breath you can relax a little bit more and a little bit more. Just be gentle and kind to yourself and just notice where you're at with curiosity rather than with judgment or criticism. We're just creating space for your body to remember what to do. And as we take that expectation away, actually, that takes pressure off ourselves so that we can relax that a little bit more. We're just literally going with the flow. It's perfect. going to guide us through a little release process for stress. However, for some reason I feel drawn to guide us through releasing resistance. This is an interesting one. So even though we may feel we need to release stress, we need to release tension, anxiety, overwhelm, whatever it may be for you, that's a very real desire. However, strangely, we can create resistance energetically and in a way block that. It is quite complicated, so I'm not going to go into it now, but even though we may desire something with a passion even, our internal set of beliefs can get in the way, and I suppose in simplest terms, we can believe that change isn't possible. So that it may not be possible to actually release the stress. That's just the way it is. Whatever your internal dialogue is saying to you, and it may not be something that you're consciously aware of, it's just a script running in the background. And so this little exercise is actually something you can use with any type of change that you're wanting to make. Okay, so first of all, I invite you to set the intention to release any resistance. So giving your energy permission to do so. So I release any resistance. I'm sorry. Yes, that's right. So I've obviously got something going on for myself there. I release any resistance. Once again, I release any resistance. Maybe let's be a bit more specific. I release any resistance to letting go of any stress, tension, anxiety, overwhelm. You can fill in the gaps, whatever is going on for you. So I release any resistance to letting go of. I give my energy permission to let go of stress, overwhelm, tension. Again, you fill in the blanks. I give my energy permission to let go of. You don't need to start to question, whether it's possible, whether it's true. We've set the intention now, and we just allow our energy to do what it needs to. Just trust the process. Know that change is happening. Usually change is quite gradual in order for it to be accepted, in order for it not to be overwhelming. So just trust from this moment that the process of letting go of stress, tension, overwhelm, anxiety, it's started already. So now that we've, in a sense, surrendered, and we're allowing our energy I just invite you to think think about what's been going on for you, why you feel or you've been drawn to do this Reiki session. What is it in your life at the moment that's causing you stress or anxiety? Why are you feeling tense? What's going on? Just pause for a moment, just bring that to mind. Be gentle with yourself without judgment, just almost just stating the facts without making a judgment on them. What is it that's going on for you? Okay, let's try and stay nice and calm. I'll guide us through this. Now, with that scenario or set of scenarios in mind, I'd invite you to take a deep breath and then release it in your own time in just a moment. And just notice, as you're thinking about that, where would you say in your body you're holding that energy? Now, it could be your whole body, just feels tense and heavy, or it could be a specific place. So, for example, solar plexus, which is sort of at the top of our ribcage kind of area, or maybe like your heart feels heavy, or your arms. Could just be your big toe. We hold energy in lots of different ways. There's no right or wrong. Just be curious. So take a nice deep breath in. Think of your scenario and then release the breath. Where in your body would you say that feels just a bit different? I can feel myself a little bit of tension in between my shoulder blades today, actually. Now, maybe you have been able to identify part of your body or all of your body, but maybe you haven't. So sometimes when we've been experiencing prolonged periods of stress, anxiety, tension, overwhelm, we get so used to that feeling that we kind of almost lose touch with our bodies and how they're feeling. It's just such a familiar feeling that feels like the norm. Okay, so if you've not pinpointed something, that's fine, and most likely that's the reason, just because it's just become so much part of you, so familiar. And that's fine as well, don't worry, still be able to release it. Okay. I'm just thinking, what imagery shall we use? I always like to go out in nature. Always. And I invite you to actually do go out in nature as often as you can. It really helps to ground you, bring things back into flow, back into perspective. But just for now, no matter where you happen to be, imagine a scene outside somewhere that feels good and safe to you. It could be in your garden, in a woodland that you've been to before, something you've seen on TV, somewhere that you've actually been, or just somewhere in that beautiful imagination of yours. You decide. It could be raining, snowing, windy, sunny. Again, you decide. So picturing yourself in that scene, standing there. And it's somewhere that feels so familiar. It feels safe. You can 100% be yourself here. And there's a feeling of love and support here as well. As though you're just being cocooned in loving energy. and it feels great. You know that feeling if you're sort of snuggled up under a warm blanket or in your favourite cardigan or coat. You just feel, that you can be 100% yourself. It's safe to do so. It's a good feeling. You can relax here. And as you're looking around and feeling these sensations, you actually notice a little chest, like a miniature treasure chest. So you walk towards it and you open the chest. And I've just imagined this almost like sparkler of light that fizzes out of it. It's a magic box. And this box is inviting you to put your stress, tension, overwhelm, anxious thoughts into the box. So rather than just sort of dumping it in there, bring your scenario or set of scenarios to mind and start to put the things that are causing you stress into the box. Imagine, sort of see yourself one at a time. I'm putting that in and I'm releasing it now. So for example, let's say work's been a bit stressful. Your boss has been setting very tight deadlines, it's been super busy. So you could say, for example, I'm putting in tight deadlines and the concern around those. I release my concern about the tight deadlines. I'm putting in concern about what my boss thinks of me. I'm releasing that now. So just go through, put all of your stress, your tension, whatever is causing it, put it in the chest and say to yourself, I'm releasing that now. I'm letting it go. Okay. So now you've put all of your stress-inducing items into your chest. Close the lid and know that those things remain in that chest. And that you've taken them out of your energy and you've put them into that chest. And it's a magic chest. So the chest will take those stresses, take those anxious thoughts, that overwhelm, and dissolve it. Okay, allow yourself to relax. So now that you've released and let go of your stresses, imagine yourself lying down or sitting down, wherever you happen to be. Imagine that you're in this space that you've created, and that yes, you're stretched out, you're looking up to the sky, you're warm, you're safe, you feel love and support, and you can deeply deeply relax here. So I'm just going to pause for a moment or two and allow the Reiki to continue with the release. Allow you to relax a little bit more and a little bit more with every single breath. And as you lie here, just notice your thoughts. What's coming up for you? Actually say to yourself, I feel relaxed, calm and content. I feel relaxed, calm and content. And feel that sensation course through your body, course through your mind. Right, so thinking back to where in your body maybe you felt trapped energy, whether that's your whole body or a particular place. And if you weren't able to identify, then just take the breaths as I guide us through this bit. So taking a nice deep breath in. Bring your focus to wherever is relevant for you, and then notice how that part of your body or your body's feeling, and then release the breath. If there's still tension or a feeling of blockedness there, ask to release that tension, that stress. Let's do that once again, breathing into the space and then release any trapped energy. You can continue to do this a few times if you feel you need to. Breathing in and release. Pause in between, notice. Perhaps you need to shift your focus a little bit. Started off maybe in your chest and now it's in your throat, for example. Breathe in and release the breath. Let go of the stress, let go of the tension in your body, let it go. And now that you feel deeply relaxed, you feel calm, you feel safe and secure and supported, just ask your mind and body, is there anything you can do to support yourself in relation to what's been causing you stress, overwhelm or anxiety? What one thing could you do differently, or what one thing could you introduce in support of you? So ask yourself, what can I do to support myself? Now, it may be that you feel as though that no answer was given, or maybe an answer came up and you've dismissed it, and that's fine. So I just invite you then to be curious over the coming days, coming weeks, to see whether some form of solution comes to you in terms of how preventing that stress from spiking again, stopping those anxious feelings, those feelings of overwhelm. It could be something as simple as creating a priority list, or maybe just taking some time for yourself as you've done in this Reiki session. Just be open to the opportunities that will present themselves. Trust the process. Trust yourself as well, as much as anything. So maybe you'd like to ask the question again, just to see if anything comes up. What can I do to support myself? Alright, so in a moment we're going to come back in the room. Just notice how you feel now that you've put your concerns into that magic chest. You've let them go. You've given yourself permission to release tension in your body, release the energy around the thoughts that were creating the stress, and you just welcome in more calm and contentment. And you're going to move forward now, feeling relaxed and at peace. Just notice how you're feeling. So bring your attention now back to your physical body, where it happens to be, in whatever room you're in, wherever you may be outside, you might be outside, wherever you happen to be. Just notice maybe the seat beneath you or the bed. Start to move your body a little bit and then open your eyes and come back in the room. Okay, so as always with a Reiki session, it is a healing modality, so do be gentle and kind to yourself. Drink plenty of water to help that process of sort of flushing the energy out, and you may find you're a little bit more emotional as you release things, so just be mindful of that and like I say, be kind to yourself. Now I know that stress can become kind of ingrained in us, when it's relentless. Our lives are super busy and there's always a huge expectation on us, and sometimes we put expectation on ourselves as well. So as well as the Reiki session, if you feel you'd like to, I do recommend journaling. Now, I know it sort of sounds too simplistic in a way, but it acts as almost like if you were in a coaching or counselling session. So writing out, how am I feeling, in as much detail as you can and with as much honesty as you can. What is it that is causing me to feel stressed, tense, anxious, etc.? And write it out. Then put that you release X, Y, and Z, whatever it is that you've identified. And then just pause and ask, what can I do to support myself? And see what happens. Just put pen to paper and just write. And don't dismiss the simplest of ideas. Like I say, it could be just a priority list. It could be going to bed 10 minutes earlier. Small changes can have a dramatic impact. Okay, so just be open to what comes up. All right, that just leaves me to wish you, oh my goodness, so much love and happiness.